Hi everyone, it's Giselle with a message for today. And today I want to talk about a dream message that I had and how it ties in with practicalities in real life and what we can do as the 1111 portal is coming up to rewrite our history, our dynamic, and what we want for our futures with our loves. So I had a dream a few nights ago where I received a message from my beloved, and in the dream, the message was very just confusing. It didn't really make sense to read it. Like, there were letters there, but it was just a lot of... it looked like just garbled nonsense, really. It did not make any sense. And then I woke up and started contemplating, and then for the next few days I started to really try and figure out, what is that? Why am I receiving that type of message? And that's what I actually began to understand, is that our communication on the physical is still not 100%. As it should be, and there's a lot of fear-based communication still happening where they're still not fully showing me what they really mean, even though I can read between the lines, I can feel their energy. What needs to happen is, it needs to come from them. It needs to be clear, direct, open and honest, and no longer shrouded in secrecy and trying to keep up some sort of image or some sort of reputation, or, how you want to be portrayed or seen by the world, I guess, is the way that... that's how they're trying to come across, trying to be seen as someone who's got all their emotions together, cool and quite reserved still. But that's not going to work anymore. That's not going to be good anymore. It's not going to be sufficient. And I can certainly feel when I don't fully express myself, I'm no longer getting tonsillitis, thank God, which I used to get before when we were communicating and very badly communicating. I would get incredible tonsillitis. I'm not getting that anymore, but I'm still getting a sense of, we're still holding back, but why? There's so much I want to say, but I feel that there's a right place and time to do it, and right now is not really that place. I'd rather do it face to face, and it just still has this energy of very held back emotions, trapped feelings. And that's why I received that weird message in my dream where I was just not understanding what they were saying to me. It's progress, because before I used to dream that we would spy on each other online, but not directly communicate. Now, I did dream about direct communication, but that communication was still very warped and very just confusing, and not, even though there were words, I don't remember exactly what it said, but I remember when I was reading it in the dream, I was just so confused. I thought, but what does this mean? Whatever does this mean? So what I'm going to do to help everybody who feels called to do so is a meditation. It'll be a follow-up, because I've been getting so many great responses still from the original communication meditation that I did well over a year ago now. I think it's hit over 60,000 views. I remember posting a little thank you when it hit 50,000. But now it's hit 60,000 and over. And people are continuing to use that with positive results. But I feel I need to do a follow-up to that meditation. And this one will be to uncreate and redefine our expectations of each other, of ourselves, when it comes to communicating, because this kind of held back communication is no longer going to work. It feels like the energies are just not flowing the way that they should, and it feels very trapped still. And this meditation, I'll put the intention to help to unblock even more so, to uncreate old beliefs, to redefine your dynamic and reset everything, and to actually create what you want rather than being at the mercy of whatever the situation may be, you know. I know with me, there is so much that I would like to say, but it just doesn't feel the right time, because I don't want to say things over text. I don't want to say things that mean so much over the phone. I want to say it, you know, in person, and that's why I'm holding back. And I feel that is the same with my person. They're holding back partly because of that reason, but I also feel for other reasons, which I'm not going to get into because this is not for me to air their stuff. You know, these are private things that he hasn't even told me yet, but of course, with my gift, I can feel it, you know, I can feel an element of restraint. And that's why every single night before I go to bed and as I'm waking up, I'm calling on the power of our higher selves to work together to bring us open and honest communication that is able to express our emotion without us feeling scared. You know, the fear of rejection, even though we know we want to be together, is still there to a certain extent. Not rejection as in I never want to see you, but rejection as in my ideas may be too out there and you may not accept me for who I really am. You know, I know with him he has a few ideas, but with me it was kind of like the work that I do. Who would want to... Well, this is no longer my belief, but I remember when I first started my business and really gave in to my gift, my initial fear was kind of like, well, who would want to really want a relationship with an empathic medium who has the ability to see dead people? Luckily, I've shut them out because, you know, I got better things to concentrate on, sadly, for them. You know, but I can pick up people's feelings, people's emotions. That's why my sister knows that she can't really hide from me, especially when she's feeling down or, you know, sad and things like that. Of course, I try not to pry, and I'm not there tapping into everyone's feelings 24/7 because that in itself is very draining. I respect people's privacy, but if you're going to communicate with me, but you're not going to tell me everything that you want to tell me, I'll still feel that there's more there, and I will feel you because you are attached to me and my energy at that time. So when I communicate with my beloved, whether that's in 5D or on the physical plane, 3D, if there's something there that they're holding back, and on the 5D they don't hold back really, they are open with me and they are very, very emotionally able to express themselves. But on the physical, it's not quite so easy, and that's where I fill in the gaps through reading between the lines, through feeling their energy when they talk to me. And I respect their privacy, and I try not to pry and, you know, read too much into their energy when they're not communicating with me physically, when they're just being alone in their downtime. I don't want to always be 100% 24/7 tuning into them. Of course, that's not the point. But I've had to uncreate the belief too that it would be too scary for somebody to be in a relationship with someone who could pretty much know them and feel them all the time. But then I started to uncreate that belief and said to myself, no, but that's a good thing. It's a good thing because it gives that added insight and understanding that nobody else can give. And the thing is, I know that I'm not the only one. People who are twin flames will have this anyway. You know, whether you're born a psychic medium or not, you're going to have that level of spiritual connection that you don't have with anyone else. You're going to feel them, you're going to know them, you're going to understand them, regardless of whether you were born or developed a gift along the way. And these are the things that we need to focus on, uncreating and redefining. Our dynamic needs to be rewritten. And that's what I'm going to do that meditation for, because I find that very important at this time. So it will be up before 11:11. I will attempt to do it tomorrow. And also, what was I going to say? Oh, I'm doing a special promotion again. 25% off bundle packages of 4 things, whether that's love letters, readings, healings, and meditations, I believe, as well. And what was the other one? Coaching sessions, of course. And if you are going to be purchasing them now from today until the 12th, I have a special 11/11 bonus for you. So if you're going to buy a reading, healing, or coaching package, you get a free love letter. If you're going to buy love letters, meditations, or questions, then you get extra questions. So all the details for that are on my community page, or I'll post them here in the description. And yeah, I thank you all so very much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.